My name is Ronak Shah and welcome to this daily live session of Unacademy CAT4MBA channel. So in this session, we are going to continue learning more about simple interest and compound interest. So in the previous session, we had started this concept. So today we'll discuss few more advanced level concepts of this one, and then we'll practice plenty of questions. So I'm sure all of you are ready. Okay, so before we go ahead, let me quickly tell you something about myself. Yeah, so I have completed my MBA and I'm also an engineer. I have more than 12 years of training experience, and I personally appeared for CAT many times, and I'm also a digital marketer. So you can ask me all these queries. I'll display my contact details as well, and we have the best of the educators on this channel. So keep learning with us. Make sure that you have subscribed to this channel. Now this is going to be the agenda for today's session. We had already discussed and understood in the first part of simple interest, compound interest, that what is the difference between these two arrangements, right? I mean, simple interest, compound interest. Why would you borrow at compound interest when you end up paying more interest in that? We had already understood that. Then we had discussed a bit about rule of 72, so we'll explore that further. We will discuss installment problems in detail today, some other important formulae, and we'll practice plenty of questions, and towards the end we'll summarize all the formulae, right? So please be there, do not move anywhere, and once again make sure that you have subscribed to this channel. This is our discussion group, so please be part of this, and these are my contact details, so you can also approach me if you have any queries. Now it's just to tell you one more thing about the preparation plan. So you are learning with me over here on as part of the daily life. You can also learn with me through the plus courses of Unacademy. For that you need to download the app and install that, and then go for the subscription. There are various plans available through which you will be able to access the mock test series. You'll be able to interact with me on a more personal level and all. So whatever plan you choose, whether you choose 6 months plan, 12 months plan, or 24 months plan, apply this referral code and you will get 10% waiver. Do not forget to inform me after that so that I'll guide you further. So guys, let's begin and let's crack it. Can you please just write it in the comment section quickly so that I can know who all are watching this video. Hello everyone. So just type something in the comment section. Yeah. Okay, so guys, last time we had discussed this point, simple interest versus compound interest. What's the difference? Then we also had discussed this concept that how do we calculate in both of this, how do the calculation happens in simple interest and compound interest. We had discussed this formula of this one, particularly compound interest, compounding annually, half yearly, quarterly, and so on and so forth. So I'm sure you are pretty familiar with that. Yeah, we had discussed all these questions. I'm sure you are good at that. So let's quickly understand difference between SI and CI. Okay, so as I had mentioned earlier, difference between SI and CI can be quickly calculated using this formula. So difference after 2 years. So this is the formula for difference after 2 years. It is P into R square upon 100 square. So this is the formula. Yeah, hi Ayush. We have Tumala Kumari. Yeah, great. Okay, good afternoon to all of you. So guys, now let's understand how did that formula come. ये formula आया कहाँ से, right? So let's understand this part. Pay your attention. This is going to be very interesting calculation. So in simple interest, if I borrow this some principal at simple interest, right? So my interest, let's assume the principal is 1,000 rupees. I'm just trying to explain the concept, and then we'll understand how did we get that formula PR square upon 100 square. Okay, so suppose I borrowed 1,000 rupees at 10% interest. So in simple interest, my interest for the first year will be 100, interest for the second year will be 100, so total interest will be 200. But in the compound interest case, look at this one. My first year interest will be 100, and for the second year we calculate interest on this new principal, which is 1100. So interest will come out to be 110 rupees. So can I say this way that this 110 rupees interest is nothing but 100 rupees of usual interest that you would have seen in the simple interest also, and this 10 rupees is nothing but 10% of this first year interest, right? And that's why this total will come out to be 210, correct? So can I simply say, if the difference is 10 rupees and rate of interest is 10%, let me just write over here, if the difference is 10 rupees and if the rate of interest is 10%, then first year's interest should be, can I say this 10% of first year's interest is 10 rupees. So we know 10% of any number is 10. So what should be that first year's interest? 100. Now what is the first year's interest? It's nothing but 10% of the principal. So what should be principal? 1000. Are you getting this point? So what am I doing over here? Can I say whatever is the difference, this difference is of 10 rupees. So I'm dividing this difference by rate of interest divided by 10. And again, I'm doing the same thing, right? So this is how I'll get my complete principal. So principal is equal to difference divided by r by 10 into r by 10. So I can say difference is equal to principal into r square upon 100 square. R by 100 into r by 100. So this will come out to be P into r square upon 100 square. So I hope all of you have understood this point. Yes. Hi Zahir. Guys, have you all understood this point? The difference that I explained just now. Once again, in case if you have any confusion, let's look at this problem. Everyone. Yes. Hi Kaushik. Sure. I'm repeating that thing because I know it is slightly complicated. So we are going to understand this part slowly. Guys, first understand this thing. Look at this example. Look at this thing. See, forget about this question. And assume that the principal is 1000 rupees. Everyone, the principal is 1000 rupees. And what will be the simple interest on this principal of 1000 rupees at the rate of interest of 10%? The simple interest will be 200 rupees. Yes, do you all agree with this? What will be the compound interest for the same principal of 1000 rupees, rate of interest 10%? It will come out to be 210 rupees, as you can see over here. So what is this difference between these two, simple interest and compound interest? Difference is nothing but 10 rupees. Do you agree up till now? Show me a thumbs up if you have understood this point only. Yeah, okay. Now, suppose we know this difference as 10 rupees. We know rate of interest is 10%. So can I say this 10 rupees difference is nothing but interest on the interest? So first year interest, or I can say 10% of first year's interest is 10 rupees, right? So what will be first year's interest? It will be 100 rupees. How did I get that? 10 divided by this rate of interest upon 100. So this will come out to be 100 rupees. Yes. Same way, if I know first year's interest is 100 rupees, we are going backward. Okay, we are going backward. So we knew the difference and we know the rate of interest. So we can calculate first year's interest, right? Once we have got first year's interest, then based on that, I can also calculate principal. Can I say first year's interest is nothing but 10% of principal, right? So if 10% is 100, so what will be the value? Can I say 100 upon r upon 100? So this will come out to be 1000 because r is 10. So principal has to be 1000. Only then 1000 rupees ka 10% will be this 100 rupees interest, and 100 rupees interest, 10% of this 100 rupees interest will be this additional 10 rupees. And that's the difference between SI and CI. Guys, have you understood this now? Yes. Clear. Great. See, we are going backward. And still, if you have confusion, look at this example now. Now let's once again look at this example. Everyone, in this question, difference between SI and CI after 2 years at 10% is 15 rupees. Okay, so difference after 2 years is 15 rupees, right? This difference is given as 15 rupees. Okay, I mean, this is based on a different principle, so forget about this thing. The principal was 1000 over here, rate of interest was 10% over here. So if I just want to solve this question, let's do it this way. Difference is given as 15 rupees. What is the rate of interest? Rate of interest is 10%. Can I say this difference is nothing but 10% of first year's interest? So what will be first year's interest? As you know, first year's interest is same for both SI and CI. So first year's interest will be 15 divided by this 0.1, because 10% of first year's interest is given as 15. So what will be the first year's interest? It will be 150. Now first year's is interest is 150, which is 10% of the principal. So what will be the principal? So principal has to be this 150 again divide by 0.1. So it will come out to be 1500. So our answer for this question is 1500. Yes. What about you, Zahir, Tunmala, Ayush? Are you all there? Show me a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. Fine guys, so here is the formula. Difference between SI and CI after 2 years at R% per annum is this formula. Same way, there is one more formula, difference between SI and CI for the same principal after 3 years at R% per annum. So the formula will be this one. So now can you remember the formula, guys? Yeah, will you be able to remember this formula? Fine, so you can apply that formula over here. You know, it's very easy to remember. This is PR square upon 100 square. Here it is 3 into PR square upon 100 square plus PR cube upon 100 cube. Let me write over here. Difference between SI and CI after 3 years. After 3 years, it will be equal to principal into, 3 times the principal into R square upon 100 square plus principal into R cube upon 100 cube. This is the formula. See? Yes, everyone. Now what do we know over here? Again, we know the difference as 15.5, rate of interest is 10, and we want to find out principal P, right? So can I say this principal is equal to, if I take P common factor from this one, so what will I be left with? 3R square upon 100 square plus R cube upon 100 cube, and that complete thing will go in the denominator of this difference. So it will be difference divided by 3R square upon 100 square plus R cube upon 100 cube. So this is going to be your principal. Now what is difference given? 15.5 rupees divided by 3 into R square. Now what is R square? R is 10, so R square will be 100. So this 100 will get cancelled off. So you will get 3 upon 100, right? Because 100 upon 100 square. So 100 will get cancelled off. So you will be left with 3 upon 100 plus R cube is 1000. 1000 upon this 10 raised to 6. So it will be 1 upon 1000. Correct? Now how are you going to solve this? So multiply both numerator and denominator by 10. And this power will go over here in the multiplication. So we will get, this will come out to be 15,500. 15,500 divided by 31. Yes, 15,500 divided by 31. 31 5s 155. So can I say it should be 500 rupees? Everyone, show me a thumbs up. All those who are watching this video, guys, please participate. Please write your views in the comment section. If you have understood this question, show me a thumbs up, show me a smile. If you didn't get that, then please feel free to ask me the question. I'll explain from that step, right? It's not compulsory that you get everything in the first explanation. So I'm there to help you out. Don't worry about that. Only Kaushik is responding. What about others? Zahir, how about you? Ayush, Tunmala? Yeah, fine, sure. So guys, that was one very important concept. How do we find out difference between SI and CI after 2 years, after 3 years, or if we are given difference and if we want to find out principal, how do we do it? So I'm sure all of you have understood this. Now comes this question which we had discussed yesterday. Rupees 1000 invested at SI in a bank A becomes double in 5 years. In how many years will it become 8 times? And what is the rate of interest? Guys, just to reiterate, if I invest rupees X, it becomes 2x. Double means 2x in 5 years. So please understand, X rupees interest is added if this is simple interest. This is given as simple interest. So X rupees interest added in 5 years. So in every 5 years, X rupees will be added, right? Now our question is, in how many years will it become 8 times, and also find out rate of interest. Can I say in 5 years you are getting X rupees of interest on X rupees. So we are getting 100% interest, 100% interest in 5 years. So in 1 year, I'll get 20% interest. So this 20% is nothing but your rate of interest per annum. That's a simple question, right? Now coming back to this one, in how many years will it become? 8 times, right? So can I say every 5 years X rupees will be added in the initial principal of X rupees, and we want it to become 8x. So we need to add 7x in this X, only then it will become 8x. So for each X, it takes 5 years. So for 7x, it's going to take 35 years. So that's your answer for this question. So this will be 35 years, and this rate of interest is nothing but 20%. Correct? It was an easy question. Fine. Now let's look at one more similar variety question, but of compound interest. Rupees 1000 invested at CI in a bank B doubles itself in 5 years. If I invest rupees 1000 or X, whatever you take, in 5 years, it is becoming double, that is 2x. Now please understand, in case of compound interest, the interest doesn't remain same for the same period. In simple interest, for 5 years, if you are getting X rupees interest, for every 5 years we'll get X rupees interest, or in 1 year we'll get X by 5 interest. But in compound interest, it doesn't happen that way. Remember this thing, that in compound interest, the multiplying factor remains same. That means in 5 years, if it became double, then in every 5 years, it will keep becoming double. So now after 10 years, after 5 more years, that is 10 years, it will become 4x. And after 5 more years, that is total 15 years later, it will become 8x. So how much time did it take for it to become double? To become 8 times? 15 years. It took 15 years for it to become 8 times, right? So answer for this question should be 15 years. You know, in compound interest, the money is going to grow a little faster. Remember this thing. Now, what is the rate of interest? So finding rate of interest is very complicated for this. So that is where we have something called rule of 72. Guys, remember this rule: years to become double is equal to 72 upon interest rate. So I can say interest rate is equal to years to become double. So in our case, it was becoming double in 5 years, right? So R will be equal to 72 upon number of years. So here in our example, rate of interest will be 72 divided by 5. So it will come out to be 14.4% approximate. This is approximate. Matlab 0.1 decimal here and there, right? So this rule will be really helpful when it comes to solving this kind of question, that it becomes double in 5 years. So in how many years will it, what is the rate of interest rather? Or same way, if you are given rate of interest and you want to find out how many years will it take for it to become double, so again you can apply this rule of 72. Guys, will you remember this rule of 72? Show me a thumbs up if you all have understood this. Everyone? Yes, great, fine. Now let's understand why is it happening that way. Why are we adding x for every 5 years if it was becoming double in 5 years? So why that addition part remains same in the case of simple interest, and why that multiplication factor remains same in the case of compound interest? So guys, the answer lies in the formula. You know, how do you calculate the amount in case of simple interest? Can I say it's principal plus interest, right? While in the case of compound interest, we directly calculate amount by multiplying principal by certain factor. And that's why, as I mentioned earlier, in the case of compound interest, this multiplying factor will remain same. In the case of simple interest, this addition part will remain same. Are you all clear with this? Yes? Okay, great. Fine guys, so let's take up some questions. Can you please try to solve this question? 2 minutes time. Chalo, everyone, please try to solve this question and type your answer in the comment section. And yes, so apart from this one, apart from taking daily live sessions over here every day from 4 to 5, I also take special session on Unacademy learning app. So make sure that you have downloaded that Unacademy learning app and you are attending my session every day from 5 to 6:30. Today I'm going to teach advanced algebra, mainly graph plotting. So if you want to learn that, join me at 5 o'clock. And do not forget to subscribe to be part of this group. Okay, quickly join this group. It's a Telegram group, cat_discussions. Today also I have posted some challenging questions over there. So you will keep getting this kind of questions over there. So Harish deposits rupees A with a bank at R% compound interest and sees it reach rupees 16A in 20 years. Okay, guys, he invested A rupees and it became, in 20 years, it became 16A. Okay. If he had invested the same amount at R% simple interest for 20 years, what would be the amount? Now, it's very easy to figure out that 16 is a multiple of 2. It's some power of 2. So, for some period, it is going to get multiplied by 2. So, A will become 2A, then 4A, then 8A, right? And then further, it will become 16A. Isn't that? So, divide this 20 years in 4 equal parts. So can I say it should be after every 5 years? So in 5 years, it will get multiplied by 2. So after every 5 years, it will keep getting multiplied by 2. So after 20 years, it will become 16A. Are you getting this point? So this multiplying factor should be 2. Right? Now, if it becomes double in 5 years, can I say A becomes 2A in 5 years at compound interest? So what should be the rate of interest? Can I say it should be 72 divided by 5, that is 14.4%. This is the rate of interest. Now if I invest at simple interest, so can I say in simple interest I'll get interest of 5 years. I'll have to add, this is my principal, A is my principal, and each year interest will be 14.4% of A. So what will be the total interest of 5 years? What will be the total interest of 5 years, guys? Can I say it should be what should be the amount? Right, they're asking us to find out the amount, correct? So can I say it will be 14.4%, matlab 14.4% of A, right? Please understand, at simple interest, for 1 year your interest will be 0.144 A. What is 14.4% of A? It's 0.144 A. So for 20 years, for 20 years, it will be, can I say 2.88 A. This is the interest that I am going to get at simple interest. Guys, are you getting this point, everyone? Yeah, okay. So what will be amount? This 20A plus 20 into 0.144 A. So this will come out to be 2.88 A, right? Okay, so this will come out to be 3.88 A. So answer should be more than 3.8. Answer should be more than 3.5. Yeah, Kaushik, we are using that rule of 72 I just explained. See, can I say at compound interest in 5 years, it is becoming double? Only then in 20 years, it can become 16 years, 16 times, isn't that? See, once again, everyone, let me just do it over here. Okay, at compound interest, they said A becomes 16A in 20 years. So can I say it should be like this? A, then 5 years, after 5 years, it will become 2A. Then after 5 more years, it will again become double, that is 4A. Then after 5 more years, it will become double, that is this is 8A, and after 5 more years it will become 16A. So total 20 years में, in total 20 years, it will become 16 times. Yes or no? So that means in every 5 years, it is becoming double. If amount becomes double in 5 years, then what should be the rate of interest? Rule of 72 come in the picture. Rate of interest will be 72 divided by number of years to become double. So that's how we got 14.4% rate of interest. Right? Now at that rate of interest, what will be amount at simple interest? So amount is equal to principal plus 20 years ka simple interest, right? So 20 into 0.144a. So this, if you calculate, will come out to be 3.88a. So option D. Correct? Everyone? Have you understood this now? Yeah. It happens. See, please remember, after every session, do not forget to watch the video again. Do not forget to watch that video again. And when you are watching it again, you should pause it and you should try to solve that question on your own. Don't try to mug up any methods or questions. Only remember the rules and formula. That's it. So when you watch the video once again, pause the video and try to solve afresh and see whether you are getting those thoughts or not. Okay. Sure. So fine, guys, once again, this is my timetable. Every day 4 to 5 p.m. I conduct CAT Quant sessions. Currently I'm teaching arithmetic, so complete arithmetic will be covered in this week. And every day I conduct special sessions on Unacademy learning app. Special sessions are free sessions from 5 to 6:30. You just need to download the Unacademy app and find me by this profile name and press the follow button over there, and you will be able to attend my courses. Apart from that, if you have taken plus subscription, then you can also attend my 7 to 8 p.m. plus session. If you want to know more about that, ping me on this my Telegram ID, or this is my WhatsApp number, and do not forget to join this Telegram group for better preparation. Now guys, can you please try to solve this thing? Can you please try to solve this thing? Do you know how to solve these questions? Installment. 3 equal installment of ₹1000 each, discharged a sum borrowed at 20% compound interest, compounded annually. Find the sum borrowed. Okay, chalo, in case if you don't know, let me show you this how to solve this question, because we haven't discussed installment in detail. Of course, if you remember the formula, then you can directly apply the formula and solve it, but that's not the objective, because I'll show you a couple of CAT questions where the installment that you were paying were not same. They were in arithmetic progression. So the formula that I'll display on the screen afterwards will be applicable only when we are paying equal installment. But if the installments are different, you will have to do it manually. So understand how do we calculate interest on in this case, in the case of installments, and how do we pay back the installment. Please pay attention. Okay, suppose I borrowed a principal of 100x. Instead of x, I am taking 100x so that things do not get into decimals. My interest at 20% per annum, rate of interest is 20% per annum. So can I say interest will be 20x? So total will become 120x. Now what is the installment that I'm paying? I'm paying 1000 rupees installment, right? So what is the outstanding now? Outstanding principal or outstanding amount. Can I say it will be 120x minus this installment? So 120x minus 1000, this is the outstanding. So now let me just write down that outstanding principal over here, 120x minus 100. Now we will calculate interest on this one. So again 20% of this one. So what is 20% of 120? It will be 24x. 24x minus 20% of 100, it's going to be 20. So subtract, add this interest to the principal once again. So it will become 144x minus 120. And subtract this installment, because second installment is also of 1000 rupees. So subtract that installment from this total outstanding. So it will come out to be, guys, that is a mistake. Just a moment, this installment was of 1000 rupees, isn't that? So this should be 1000 over here, right? So this should be 200. So this will come out to be 1200. Okay, and again I'm subtracting this installment out of that. So what will be the value? So it will be, yeah, it will be 144x minus 2200. Do you all agree up to this? Do you have any confusion up till now? Show me a thumbs up. We have just written the principal, calculated interest, added it to the principal, so we will get total amount, subtracted the installment, so we will get the outstanding amount at the end of first year. On that outstanding amount, we calculated the interest for the second year, again added that interest part to the principal, so we got total amount, and we subtracted installment from that, so we got this value at the end of second year. Correct? Yeah. Okay, so let me just write down that over here. My principal, this is first year, second year, and this is the third year. So my principal at the beginning of third year is 144x minus 2200. Now I need to calculate 20% of this once again. So 20% of 14.4 is 28.8x. 28.8x minus 20% of 2200, it's 440. So add this interest to the principal. What will be the total outstanding now? It will be 172.8x minus 2200 minus 440, it's 2640, correct? And subtract this installment. Now see, instead of subtracting this installment, I can say that I am paying back this complete amount with interest in 3 installment. So this third installment value should be equal to this one, isn't that? So this value should be equal to 1000. So let's solve this thing, because this outstanding amount will be cleared by this installment, or you can say after paying this installment, the outstanding should become 0. The outstanding should become 0. So both of these should be equal. So if you just solve this thing, we'll get 172.8x is equal to 3640, or you will get x is equal to 3640 divide by 172.8, right? Once we got x, so what was our principal that we had assumed? Principal was 100x. So can we calculate 100x, everyone? So if you solve this thing, this will come out to be 21 point something, right? So principal will be close to 2100, right? Principal should be close to 2100. So we will tick mark this option B. Please check. Let's do it through calculator. Let's verify our answer. So what calculation do we need to do? 3640, because in CAT you have calculator available, so use that. 3640 divide by 172.8. So we are getting 21.06. Precisely we are getting 21.06. So this, let me just try 21.06. That's your x. What was the principal that we had assumed? 100x, right? So this is 21.06. So principal should be this one, because we had assumed 100x. Hi Kaushik, I just saw your posting. So yes, if you revise your notes, that's fine. Either way would work. But then in case if you get confused somewhere, suppose you are revising your notes, and if you get stuck somewhere, if you're not able to recollect something, please listen to me once again. So going through that video would be again helpful, right? Because when I explain, not only me, when any faculty explains you something, it goes to ear and it's very easy to remember rather than reading from the notes. Okay, guys? Fine. So guys, here is the formula. In case if you wanted to do it by formula, so you can also use this formula. So principal is equal to 1000 upon 1 plus 20 upon 100 whole raised to 1 plus and so on and so forth. So this will also come out to be 2106.48. Okay, you can also do it this way. Now guys, let's look at the last point. So this is the last point of simple interest, compound interest. See which all concept we have discussed as part of SICI. Of course, now you can practice plenty of questions, but what's the point in practicing questions unless we understand things thoroughly, right? So what all have we discussed? We have understood the concept of simple interest, compound interest, then compounding yearly, half yearly, quarterly, right? Then how the principal becomes double in the case of simple interest and compound interest, then that rule of 72, then difference between SI and CI. Then we have discussed installment for compound interest, and this is the last point, installment for simple interest. So installment for in the case of simple interest is calculated slightly in a different way. So let's understand. Rushikesh borrowed 5,000 rupees at 10% simple interest, repayable in 3 equal installment. Find the installment. Okay, find the installment. So guys, here I mean you can also do it this way, that what will be the total interest, or let's do it this way. Principal is 5,000. Yeah, understand the difference between SI and CI. See, in CI you add that interest to the principal and then you calculate the interest on that, but in SI we don't do it. In SI we just calculate interest on the original principal. In case if we are paying back some installment, so on the remaining principal we'll calculate the interest. That interest part will not be added to the principal while calculating the interest for the next year. This is the key difference. Yeah, hi Sumit. It's okay Sumit, you can always watch the video after this session. That's perfectly fine, but good to see you. So guys, let's understand how to calculate installment in the case of simple interest. The person has borrowed 5,000 rupees at 10% simple interest. So what will be the interest? Can I say interest will be 500 rupees? So what is the total outstanding? 5,500 rupees. And installment is of X rupees, right? Now, okay, please understand this total is of no use over here. Total is of no use because this installment of X rupees will be subtracted from principal. So outstanding principal will be 5,000 minus X. And for the second year, this is first year, this is second year, and this is third year. For the second year, you will calculate interest on this 5,000 minus X rupees. Now this is the difference. In the case of compound interest, we had considered this one, then subtracted installment, and then on the outstanding amount we used to calculate interest. Here we are calculating interest on the outstanding principal, which is original principal minus the installment. Are we clear about this? Everyone show me a thumbs up. है ना, मजेदार चीज है ना ये कैलकुलेशन. आज जब एजुकेशन लोन लोगे ना तो ये सब पिक्चर में आएगा दोस्तों. या ओके राइट, चलो सो आगे करते हैं. अभी मेरा प्रिंसिपल आउटस्टैंडिंग कितना हो गया सेकंड ईयर के बिगिनिंग में? 5,000 माइनस दैट X रुपीज का इंस्टॉलमेंट. अब उसके ऊपर मुझे 10% इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करना है. सो व्हाट इज 10% ऑफ दिस वन? इट विल बी 500 माइनस 0.1x. ठीक है, अब ये टोटल मुझे यहां पे लिखना ही नहीं है, उसको छोड़ो. इंस्टॉलमेंट हम वापस X रुपीज पे कर रहे हैं, तो अभी प्रिंसिपल आपका कितना आउटस्टैंडिंग होगा? प्रिंसिपल आउटस्टैंडिंग आपका होगा ये 5,000 माइनस X, उसमें से X चला जाएगा, तो अभी ये हो जाएगा 5,000 माइनस 2x. आर यू गेटिंग दिस पॉइंट? ओके, अभी ये 5,000 माइनस 2x पे आप आगे इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करोगे तो इंटरेस्ट कितना आएगा वापस? 10% ऑफ दैट, विच विल बी 500 माइनस 0.2x. करेक्ट. सो अभी इसको हम X रुपीज के इंस्टॉलमेंट, इसके लिए हम X रुपीज का इंस्टॉलमेंट पे करेंगे. अब यहां पे आप ऐसे नहीं कह सकते कि ये जो है ना इंटरेस्ट या ये प्रिंसिपल ये हम इससे कर रहे हैं, नहीं. सी व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इज, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, वी आर पेइंग दिस 3x इंस्टॉलमेंट टू क्लियर दिस प्रिंसिपल प्लस इंटरेस्ट, राइट. सो ये जो प्रिंसिपल था हमारा और जो टोटल इंटरेस्ट आया उसको हम 3 इंस्टॉलमेंट में क्लियर कर रहे हैं. वी आर क्लियरिंग इट इन 3 इंस्टॉलमेंट्स. Plus lectures you can see on your computer or you can see on your laptop or on mobile, either way. ठीक है. And if you go for plus, then use this referral code of mine SHAH10. you will get 10% waiver and you will be able to get more guidance from me. So do not forget to use this, and then before taking this you can talk to me on this WhatsApp number. I'll guide you, right? Kaushik, fine. In fact, Sumit has already taken so that plus subscription, so you know, all of you can enjoy the benefits. Now guys, once again, so in case of simple interest installments, whatever installments we have paid, that installment clears this interest and the principal. So what was my principal? 5,000 rupees plus what is the interest that is accumulated. So this is the total interest. We need to add these things. So 5,000 plus 500 plus 500, that is 6,000, minus this this is 500, 500, 500, so this will come out to be 1,500, minus 0.1x minus 0.2x, so my 0.3x, and this complete principal plus interest is discharged by 3 installment each of x rupees. So this is our equation. क्या ये इक्वेशन सबको समझ में आया? मैंने ये इक्वेशन कैसे बनाया? सी कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट में क्या होता था, लास्ट इंस्टॉलमेंट क्लियर्स द आउटस्टैंडिंग अमाउंट, बट इन केस ऑफ सिंपल इंटरेस्ट इट्स डिफरेंट. You will have to see the total installments and you will have to equate it with the initial principal plus the interest of 3 years, right? So this is what we'll get if we solve this thing. So what will we get? We'll get 6,500 is equal to 3.3x. 6,500 is equal to 3.3x. तो x कितना आ जाएगा? 6,500 divided by 3.3. Now you can solve this thing rounded off to nearest 10 कहाँ ही है. So let's once again use our calculator, right? So 6,500 divided by 3.3. So it will come out to be 1969. So I'll go with this option, 1970. Have you all understood this, everyone? Yeah. Okay, great. So this is how you can solve these questions. Okay. Yeah, sure. So now let me show you one more question. Acha, before that, these are the formulae. So for simple interest, see, we have seen compound interest formula for installment, right? So we have seen that formula. For simple interest, how will we do it? Acha, simple interest for 2 years, there is a different formula, and 3 years there is a different formula. In compound interest, we had just one formula. So in case of compound interest, the formula was principal is equal to x upon 1 plus r upon 100 whole raised to 1 plus x upon 1 plus r upon 100 whole square, and so on and so forth. So if it's of 2 years, you will do the calculation up to this one. If it's of 3 years, you will take up to 3 power, and so on and so forth. But in case of simple interest, you will have to use this different formula. So you can solve this question using this formula. Again, you will get the same answer, 1970. Yes, guys, things are simple now. Okay, so once again, let me just differentiate what is the difference between in simple interest and compound interest installment. In case of simple interest, we invested principal P, interest is R, installment is X. So here for the second year, you will take P minus X and you will calculate interest will be on P minus X, and again installment will be X. So now it will be P minus 2X and interest will be on P minus 2X, right? So this is how it goes. So this 3x should be equal to the principal plus 3 years interest. This is about simple interest. Now let's look at compound interest. If I invested principal P, interest is I, first year's interest is I, then installment will be, and installment is say X, so outstanding will be P plus I minus X. So for second year, we will consider principal as P plus I minus X, and interest will be calculated on this one, P plus I minus X. Again, installment will be X, and you will just go it this way, right? Interest will be added to the principal. From that amount, the installment value will be subtracted, and then from on the remaining amount, the interest will be calculated. Are you clear between these two, simple interest and compound interest installment? Guys, इतना elaboratively आपको कहीं पे भी explanation नहीं मिलेगा. सबने फॉर्मूले दिए हुए हैं लेकिन ये कॉन्सेप्ट एक्सप्लेन नहीं किया हुआ है. दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव डन इट फॉर यू. या गाइस, चलो fine. So now this is a good question, a very good question, and let me do it quickly. This is the last question of our session. So Hina borrows 45,000 from a bank at 10% compound interest. 45,000 उसने borrow किया है. She pays it in 3 annual installment that are in arithmetic progression. Okay, this is a CAT question. So she's paying in 3 installments which are in arithmetic progression. The moment your installments are different, you can't apply formula. You will have to do manual calculation. If she ends up paying 54,000 in total, right? So as an installment, so total installment amount is 54,000, which is paid in 3 equal installment, right? And the installments were in arithmetic progression. So let me write down this way. Let the installments be A minus D, A and A plus D. Can I say these are in arithmetic progression? So total कितना आ जाएगा? Can I say total will be 3A, which is given as 54,000. So A will be equal to 18,000. Now what is A? A is nothing but installment at the end of second year. So I know second year installment is 18,000. What will be this installment? 18,000 minus D. And this will be 18,000 plus D. I know what is the value of D, and that is what I need to figure out. So how much did she pay at the end of first year? So basically, if we find out this D, we will get installment value for the first year. Right, guys? Are you all with me? Are you all able to understand these points? Everyone? Yes? If you have any confusion, please let me know. Once again. Okay. Fine. See, please understand, we have assumed the installment as A minus D, A and A plus D. This is the concept of arithmetic progression, that whenever you want to assume 3 terms of arithmetic progression, you usually take that as A minus D, A and A plus D. Right? For that, of course, you should know arithmetic progression. If you are not aware about arithmetic progression, just quickly go through my modern maths video that is also available on this channel. Right? Look at that modern maths video, right? Arith progression, and you will understand everything very clearly. Right? So this total is given as 54,000. So I got value of A 18,000, which is my second installment. So I got second installment as 18,000. So first installment should be 18,000 minus D. And the third installment should be 18,000 plus D. Yeah, Sumit, are you there? Are you able to understand this? Okay, fine. Now let's do it this way, everyone. So interest is 10%. So what will be interest for first year? Can I say 4,500? So total will be 49,500. Let's subtract installment out of this. So what will be left with? So 49,500 minus 18,000 minus D. Just subtract this one. So what will be the outstanding? Zahir, good. Outstanding amount will be this minus this one. So it will come out to be what? 31,500. 31,500 minus minus plus हो जाएगा, plus D हो जाएगा. This is your outstanding amount. Correct, everyone? Okay, so now my outstanding principal is 31,500 plus D. So I'll calculate 10% interest for second year on this one. So it will come out to be 3150 plus 0.1 D. So what will be the total outstanding? So total outstanding will be this plus this one. So it will come out to be what? 34,550 plus 0.1 D. Correct? उसमें से subtract this installment. So what will be the outstanding now? 34,000 में से 18,000 जाएगा तो कितना आएगा? 16,000 आएगा ना? तो 16,550 plus 0.1 D. This is the outstanding. So calculate interest on that 16,550 plus 0.1 D. And उस पे interest कितना आएगा? 10% के हिसाब से. So it will be 1655 plus 0.1 का 10% क्या होता है? 0.01 D. So total outstanding कितना हो गया? Add this two. So you will get 16,000, 17,000. 17,550 plus 655. 550 plus 655. So can I say it's going to be 1205, right? So 17,000 plus 1205. It's going to be 18,205. Correct? Plus 0.11D. So this is your total outstanding, and that you are clearing with this third installment of 18,000 plus D. So this two should be equal. 18,205 plus 0.11D should be equal to 18,000 plus D. So guys, through this one, if you solve this thing, so you will get your D as 1,500. Please solve this thing, everyone. D will come out to be 1,500. Once you have got D, so first year installment should be 16,500. As simple as that. Achha, there is one more thing. Guys, now you could have not done all these things. You would not require to do all these things. Sorry. Guys, the answer is this one, 19,500. If you solve this thing, this is going to be negative value. See, D will come out to be minus 1,500. Please check. D is negative. See, guys, एक second. Total is this one. At the end of first year पूछा है ना? There is some mistake in this. There is some mistake. The mistake is over here, everyone. So when I subtract this one, I got this value. Then I calculated this one installment. Total is this one. Subtracted. So I got this one. Why 0.1D? Is it interest? Yeah, it's interest. See, this came out. I mean, this is, look at 0.1D came over here. So this is the interest now. Yeah. So, guys, because in this one, this is my total. Okay, 18,205 plus 0.11D. So this will get me what? 0.89D will be equal to 205. But नहीं, ये तो prime numbers आ रहा है. It will not be prime numbers. We're making some mistake here. So 34,550 plus 0.1D. Yeah. Okay. Let me just solve it. 34,550 plus 0.1D. Installment subtract किया. Let me have a cup of tea. So हमें ये मिल गया. ओके. एंड फिर हमारा ये बचा, उसमें इतना इंटरेस्ट ऐड होगा, तो ये तो बराबर आ रहा है. I'll be making mistake. 655 plus 550. 1205 correct. 17,000 plus 1205. 18,205. So this 205 has some issue. Are we forgetting to add something? Yes, guys, we got the mistake. See, the mistake is over here. Everyone, what should be this total? Please understand, it's D plus 0.1D, so it should be 1.1D minus this one, so this should be 1.1D. So it should be 1.1D, and on that it will be 0.11D. So total will be 1 plus 0.11, it will be 1.21d. This was the mistake, right? So if you solve this thing, d will come out to be minus 1500. That means your installments will be, the first installment will be 19,500, second installment will be 18,000, and third installment will be 16,500. It will be like this. Remember, you know, we have got that point. So just check this calculation once again. I'm starting a plus class right at 5 o'clock, so I'll have to end this session, but please join me on plus over there in another 5 minutes, guys. See you there. That's it for timing. Thank you.